Hello there, Starscream back for a review. Alright, this one's an interesting one. Bear with me because I've left it the other side of the room and I'll be back. Rampage. What a great toy. Possibly one of my favourite out of Beast Wars. He is quite and utterly, well, I'll give you a description of his character. You can make your best judgment of it yourself, okay? Alright, you may or may not have known that Rampage was originally a maximal warrior, okay? Saying okay again. Never mind. What transpired on Cybertron is that the Maximal Elders were trying to make use of Starscream's indestructible spark, so they started experimenting on him. Now, initially it seemed to work. He was very intelligent, very talkative, very articulate, but that's where it ended. We become an utter, ruthless, cold-blooded killer. A sadist. He's not like Inferno, he's not mad, he's too calculating for that. So they, primarily, they destroyed what was a Maximal and created this. And they named it Protoform X, which is his original designated title. Now, he went on a rampage. Pardon the pun for the name, but that's what he did all across Cybertron. And he attacked this outpost. Now, if I'm right, now I'm trying to remember the name of the colony. I've got it written down. Colony Omicron, I think it was. And on that colony, he killed everybody, all but one. And it was Depth Charge, who I keep forgetting the name, so I wrote two things down tonight to remind me because my mind is going, as you've probably noticed in the past. Okay, so Depth Charge is the only one to survive rampage across the colonies and across Cybertron's moons. And he vows to get him. And he does. He captures Rampage. Now, the Maximal Elders, knowing how powerful, and the fact is they've merged it with an immortal spark of Starscream, they deformat him, essentially, and they send him out into space, and that's Optimus Primal's responsibility, is to make sure that he is never ever seen again, because they can't predict what he will or he won't do. So, Optimus Primal thinks he gets him as far away as he possibly can, and he's gone. We won't have to deal with his sort again. Unfortunately, due to Megatron's manipulating with the golden discs and his playing through time, it ends up that Rampage arrives on a very old Earth, the prehistoric Earth, where the Maximals crash later on. So, he's in this sort of like protoform state now, as it were, and there's an energon storm, and it reactivates him while obviously the Beast Wars is actually going on. The Maximals and the Predacons are warring on Earth. And it reactivates him. He gets a transmortal form. Now, there's a new one for the book. Transmetal, I think it probably is, form. And he resumes his previous state of carnage, terror, destruction and death, which he seems to take quite, well, he takes a lot of joy in, is all I can say.